number 2. Kawhi Leonard
here we go.
has been in the headlines a lot for his recent decisions. He decided to come to LA, but to Clippers and not the Lakers. ESPN's Brian Windhorst says he's heard complaints the Lakers actually feel they, quote, got played by Kawhi during free agency. He also decided over the weekend to go to Manny Pacquiao's big fight in Vegas, and he took a pic with the champ. But Skip, you know, you were at the fight as well.
Yeah.
So are you surprised Kawhi was there?
So, Ginny and Shannon.
Yes.
I did take Ernestine to the fight. I don't know why, but I tried. She wasn't real comfortable with all this, but we settle into our seats, and I glance up at the big board up there, and I see number 2, and I think, is that old footage? Could he really be here? Because he doesn't come to these kind of things. I followed him for 7 years in San Antonio, and he lived in the shadows. He never would have been caught dead at any event of this magnitude. And so I turned to Ernestine. I said, is that really? And she looks down the road. She said, he's right there. He's right there. She still loves him. I can't stop her. She just loves him. She's a big Spurs fan. So I think, I don't know what he's doing. And then I look up, and over me looms this rather tall man, distinguished looking, well-dressed, coat and tie. And he says, Mr. Bayless, I'm the uncle. And I'm like, you're Uncle Dennis.
No way.
I'm Uncle Dennis. He says, yes. And now he's chuckling as he says all this. He says, Kawhi sent me over to remind you that his name is Kawhi Leonard.
Wow.
Oh. So I said, well, I appreciate that. And I was chuckling in kind back to him. It was all good-natured. It was all jovial. But I said, I'm sorry, but he will always be number 2 to me. We had a nice exchange, and he went on about his business. And I sat back and I thought, man, so there's number 2. He's having his big coming out party in public tonight. And he's not just in any seat. He is in the catbird seat at the fight. He's in position A, the TV celebrity seats, which are about halfway down row 2, right in the direct line of fire of the TV cameras. So he is saying, I have arrived. This is my coming out party, and I am here. And he even brought his longtime girlfriend, who I've rarely seen in public, next to him.
Very few people have rarely seen her.
Rarely seen. And they do have a child together. God bless them. But again, I didn't know any of this backstory until the last month or so. Wow. What is the message? What is my takeaway?
Yeah, what is it?
Uncle Dennis wanted me to know, and number 2 wanted the world to know. They are now in the power position. They are now basically running the National Basketball Association. They did take everyone for a ride, including LeBron's Lakers and his old team, the Raptors. They bamboozled everyone. They pulled one over on everyone. And now they're saying to you, we got this. And we are going to flaunt this now because we have come out of the shadows into the spotlight. And again, he signed a shorter-term deal with the Clippers, so he's still got the league sort of dangling by the thread that he controls.
He definitely has the Clippers dangling by a thread.
He does. I got this. So I was shocked on 2 counts, that number 2 came out of the shadows and that Uncle Dennis came over to me just to remind me that, hey, we won. We got this. We got you. We got everybody in the media. I think they played the media.
They did.
Like a big old fiddle, right?
They leaked just enough information to see what was going to get out, Skip. The Lakers is a done deal. We heard people, 99.9, 99.5, he's going to Toronto. The Clippers are completely out.
Okay. So, have you forgiven him for all this as a Laker fan that you have become?
Skip, for me, there was really nothing to forgive. I would have loved to have Kawhi. I'm not going to sit and say it's because now he's with the Clippers. I wouldn't have loved to have Kawhi because I would have. But with that saying, I agree with everything you just said. And because when I look at it, Kawhi is on a new level in terms of public recognition. Skip, he was a Finals MVP before. He was a 2-time Defensive Player of the Year before, but he did not swing the pendulum like he just did for the last.
What did you always say? He played for Team Broccoli, right?
He did.
Well.
And maybe he settled into that role. Maybe that was never him. Maybe that was a role he settled into because that was expected of him. That's what Tim Duncan did. That's what Tony Parker did. That's what Manu did. They were the stars. They were the celebrities, and they didn't seek attention. How can Kawhi, come in as a rookie, 15th, I think it was the 15th overall pick, and upset the apple cart? Said, no, I can't do that. But now, Skip, even though when he won all those previous awards, Skip, he wasn't thought of like he is now. Like you said, he is a new power player. He says, you know what? LeBron, KD, I'm on you guys' level. Now, he probably always thought that to himself.
Maybe.
Because like, hey, I did win Finals MVP against you, LeBron. I was a 2-time Defensive Player of the Year with Kevin Durant and LeBron in the league in their primes. But guess what? Look what I just did. I did something nobody else thought could be done, because while you two teams over there, were waffling like, I'm coming here, I'm coming there, little did you know, Skip Bayless, I'm in the shadows. I'm lurking, and I'm about to make something happen that's going. The earthquake, Skip, that we thought we felt that night.
Was that?
That wasn't really a seismic shift. It was a seismic shift in the NBA. Because what he did, nobody saw this coming, Skip. We kept asking, why won't he make a decision? If he's going to the Clippers or whomever he's going to, why won't he do this Sunday? Why won't he do this Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday? Because the Clippers did not have in place what he needed them to have in place. And once they could swing the pendulum and snag Paul George, boom, it happened. Once they got Paul George, look how fast it moved, Skip Bayless. That's why he couldn't move like we wanted him to move. He's like, well, I was going to do what I wanted to do. Granted, you were going to do what you wanted to do, but it'd been very, very interesting, Skip Bayless, if Sam Presti says, nah, we like Paul George. We going to hold on to him. I would have loved to have seen what what Kawhi Leonard and Uncle Dennis, what would have been their next move? Because Sam Presti could have checkmated them. And then where do they go from there, Skip? So when I look at it, it was the heist of the century. Nobody saw this coming. And that's why everybody was speculating, oh, Toronto is going to be Lakers. Clippers are out of it. Because I kept saying, he wants to play with other great players because of the workload. Clippers ain't got anybody. They got Knight. Lou Williams is a great piece. Montrezl Harrell is a great piece. Pat Bev but they're not superstars. I'm like, they're not getting Giannis. Paul George just signed. Jimmy Butler went to Miami. Who can they get? This is what he was talking about. Skip, the Lakers need to let this go. Look, it's like this, Skip. If you got a girlfriend, you can't get mad at the other girl telling you she won't give you her phone number. You already got a girlfriend. You got AD. So if you didn't get Kawhi, so be it. Let it go, Lakers. You're not getting Kawhi. Kawhi decided to go to the Clippers. It's okay. If AD, LeBron, and what you have in place is not enough, that's on you.
Okay.
But I'm done with you guys talking about he played you. So what? It happens all the time.
He did play them.
He did.
He might have cost them some slightly better players, maybe significantly better, like B-listers, and they scrambled to get D-listers, but they did an excellent job with the D-list that was remaining.
Yes.
So I give him that. And I've told you before, and I'll say it one more time, I was impressed that number 2 chose not to play with LeBron and AD because it would have been over.
Yeah, it would have.
So he said, no, I want to compete against him. I need some help. I need Paul George.
Correct.
The 2 SoCal guys got to go to the Clippers, to the stepchild, and we're going to fight the Lakers because they were both Laker fans growing up, obviously. And it's still possible that in 2 years, both of them will, depending on what happens with LeBron and his career, where he's going, they might just go to the Lakers in a couple of years because that was their ultimate destiny in their hearts, I believe.
You know what, Skip? And I kind of like this better because what we've seen for the last 3 years, it was going to be, okay, who is Golden State going to beat in the finals? Now when we have big 2 pairings, we have AD and LeBron, and you have Paul George and Kawhi, and you have Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid, or you have Giannis and Chris Middleton, and I really wish KD was healthy. KD and Kyrie. Skip, we got these big 2 pairings now. Now it makes it fun because for the previous 3 years, we know, and we always said this, barring injury, nobody's beating Golden State. Now, there's a realistic chance. We can say, oh, it's going to be Clippers, it's going to be the Lakers, it's going to be, I forgot James Harden and Russ. Oh, it's going to be Philly, it's going to be